Let me show you how to make a high quality and fluffy celebration cake without spending so much on raw materials. You will learn how to manually cream up to 1 kg of margarine easily without stress. You will learn some of my costly ingredient replacement tricks that enables you to make high profit from your job and still serve your customer a high quality cake product. If this is your first time, welcome to Sallupaste Kitchen channel. Hit the like button and let's begin. Here are the ingredients: 1 kilogram of white margarine, which will go with 2 cups of sugar, white vinegar, 1,500 grams of flour or 1.5 kilogram of flour, evaporated milk. You can reconstitute powdered milk also, milk emulsion flavor or any other flavor of your choice. You will also need powdered milk or its flavor. Your salt, of course, is needed. And for preserving the cake, I'll be using the powdered preservative in place of alcohol. And to make this cake more flavorful, I'll be adding butterscotch. And for the eggs, we are not using much, just 15 eggs will be fine for this recipe. Finally, baking powder and baking soda. Now let's begin with the mixing process. Firstly, I added 1 kilogram of margarine into my mixing bowl, followed by 500 grams or 2 cups of sugar. Now is the creaming time, and permit me to show you how to cream manually and get the right batter consistency for your cake within a short period of time and with a less stress. And to do that, begin by creaming your margarine against your sugar right inside your bowl. Cream for about 3 to 5 minutes until you loosen up the strength of the margarine. At this point, the margarine becomes loose, soft, and the creaming seems to be easier. Now begin to break in your egg one after the other to loosen up the cream. This egg addition helps to fasten the whole creaming process, ease your creaming stress, and also shorten your creaming time. Mix until the egg liquid is completely infused in the cream. After that, break in another egg and continue with the process. Creaming your sugar and your margarine in cake making is so important because it traps air, improves texture of your cake, increase your cake volume, and helps you produce a soft, light, and well-structured cake. So it is a process that must not be compromised, whether you are creaming manually or you are using mixer. Now listen, using this method can be very tricky because if you do not know when to stop adding egg to your cream, it can lead to production of a dense cake. Now look at this. Can you see it falling off the spatula? As soon as it begins to fall slowly this way, please stop adding egg to your cream. Break the remaining egg into your bowl and whisk them until they begin to foam heavily. The whisking is crucial for the light textural property of your cake, which brings about fluffiness as a result of aeration or trapped air created during whisking. It is important to know that the more you whisk your egg, the fluffier your cake will be, and that is cake quality. And while whisking your egg, please try to do that non-stop. Remember, the more you whisk your egg, the better the textural property of your cake. Now, pour the whisked egg into the already creamed batter and mix all these to combine. And once you are done mixing, please set it aside as we move into the next step. For the next step, let's prepare a caramel, which we are going to be using to uplift the flavor and the texture of this cake. And to do that, half cup of sugar was added to the pot with a 1/4 cup of water. Mix everything to combine, turn on your stove and begin to heat up this sugar syrup. Always remember to stir gently and regularly. Add in your liquid milk to about half cup of water into a separate bowl. Add a drop of milk emulsion flavor and a drop of your butterscotch flavor as well. Mix this to combine and set aside. Now back to our already boiling sugar syrup. Continue stirring it intervally and also ensure that your heat is either medium-low or low. Stir until the color changes to brown. This brown liquid is what is called caramel and it is very aromatic. Now, next is to pour in the liquid milk mixture we have prepared earlier and allow this to boil. And while boiling, please continue stirring until everything is completely dissolved. Failure to turn at this point can lead to solidification of your caramel. So please, you have to stir at this point until everything is well dissolved. Your caramel mixture is ready once it becomes clear from foams like this. Now I'm gonna add the rest of my milk mixture into the caramel and then transfer every mixture directly into my cake batter. Mix all this until they are properly combined. Now let's add the rest of the dry ingredients. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of milk powder, 2 tablespoons of salt. You are also free to add these dry ingredients in your flour. Now I will also go with 2 tablespoons of my powdered preservative. Yes, and whether you choose to add these ingredients in your liquid mix like this or in your flour, the result is always the same. Now I will go with 1 tablespoon of baking soda and also 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Yes, if you want your cake to rise, then don't neglect the use of baking soda. It gives your cake a better rising effect, especially when combined with baking powder. So I'm gonna mix all this to combine before we go in with our flour. Yes, I love adding my flour last to avoid over mixing or toughening of the gluten of the flour. And while adding flour, I prefer to go slowly, add it bit by bit while mixing slowly as well. And we're gonna be using about 1,500 grams of flour for this recipe. Whoops, that's huge. That's about 12 cups of flour. And at this point, I prefer to use my washed hand to do this, okay? You see, I'm always afraid of over mixing of cake, and whenever I go with my hands, it helps me to determine my cake texture right from my batter. Look at some of those liquids down there. I am able to combine these liquids properly without over mixing. Please, if you're not comfortable with this mixing of hand, please you choose whatever pleases you, but the goal is do not over mix your cake and maintain the right cake batter consistency. Your cake batter must not draw, toughen or stretchened. At this point, I'll be adding 1 cup of white vinegar liquid, yes, in order to adjust the consistency of my cake. White vinegar complements my egg volume and also helps to soften my cake. Ordinarily, I was supposed to use more than 15 eggs for this job, but because I know I'm gonna use white vinegar, that is why I decided to save cost by using few eggs. And my cake will still come out so soft and crumbly and nice. So here is the consistency of my cake batter. This is how it should be. It should not be stretchy nor dry, okay? Now let's grease our pan. Of course, I'll be using vegetable oil. You can use margarine with or without the combination of flour. As soon as all your pan is well greased with oil or margarine, scoop in your batter into the pan one after the other. This cake will serve for 3 layers of 8 inches and 3 layers of 6 inches. That is a very big cake. Also ensure that the volume of your batter does not get up to the half of your baking pan. Yes, it should be below half so that when it rises, it can get above the half of the pan or even full the pan. This will help to support heat circulation during baking and enables your cake to come out well baked and well done, even down to the middle of your cake. So I'm gonna hit the cake against the wall to level the cake batter in the pan. Now after doing this, I'm gonna transfer to my oven and bake until it is well baked. So after baking, here is our final product. You can see how well the cake rises in the pan. You can see the look. You can see the color, courtesy of our caramel used. Look at the cake. My God. This is lovely. The browning is on point, the crumbling is on point, the color is on point, the texture, everything you can think of. See, you need to hear the compliments I got from my customer after delivering this cake. And the yield as well. Just look at the plenty cake we got from just 1,500 grams of flour, okay, courtesy of the white margarine that we used, and the volume. Look at how well it rised. Oh my goodness, this is just unbelievable. This is nice. They are well baked and incredible. So at this point, the cake is completely cooled. So I'm gonna wipe them with my clean film, yes, to prevent moisture loss and so that the cake doesn't dry out, because I'll be icing this cake not today, tomorrow or next tomorrow. So I'll just wipe and preserve them until when I am ready to ice the cake. And if you want to see how I iced it, then let me know in the comment section. I want to appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much for watching this recipe, and see you in the next one.